Hey there. So I think you may have seen it on Facebook when I posted that I got the new iPhone 5. And I've had it for, I don't know, maybe a month now. And I am thrilled to say that I also now have iPhone 5 for Dummies, because while I figured some stuff out on my own, I'm new to Apple. It's my first iPhone, and I just can't, I don't know, I'm looking forward to learning how to actually use it to its full capacity. So what I've figured out so far, you push the top button up there to turn it on, and then slide to unlock. Self-explanatory, I think. Unfortunately, I think the glare is making it a little bit difficult. You can see my screen set up. If I double click on the button on the bottom, it shows me all of the applications that are open. And to save battery, if you push on them, see those little dashes come up? You can close all of those to save the battery life. And it's amazing how many applications get open, especially if you let your kids play with your phone. Oh, and I'm sure that you've heard about Siri. So if you just press and hold, Siri comes up. What can I help you with? Outback Steakhouse. So when I first got my iPhone 5 for Dummies book, I looked, and there are 6 sections. Getting to know your iPhone, which I've pretty much done. That's the basic stuff. PDA iPhone, sending text messages, how to set stuff up, put things on a calendar. I'll show you that. Multimedia, which is camera, camcorder, videos, pictures, the internet. Of course, if you have an iPhone, you want to be able to access the internet. Here's all this stuff, the fancy stuff. And then the part of 10's the For Dummies answers, favorite iPhone apps, etc. So I will get back to that. Alright, so here is a super cool feature. If you have that pesky item that you are always forgetting when you go to the grocery store, you can go in here and you tap groceries, and instead of reminding you on a day, you remind at a location. So then you enter the address, and when you show up at the grocery store, it says, don't forget to buy coffee. Hold on while I go ahead and show that to you. Okay, so you wanted to set one of those reminders for groceries, right? And you go in here, and instead of doing on, you do on a location. So you could shut that off or on. I want it on, and then you pick the location. So I put in the address for King Soopers right here. So, and show that on the map. There it is. So when I show up to that section, my reminder is going to pop up to say, here's your grocery list, don't forget. Isn't that so cool? I love that idea. It's not just on a time, but it's also via location. So cool. So one of my other favorite features about the iPhone, and I learned about it in my iPhone for Dummies book, is that when you go into Notes, which is preloaded, it's a new note, the first thing that you type is what it's going to be about. So again, I could say groceries, like that, and then return, and I could type it via my little pad what my list is, or I can push this little microphone button right here and start talking. Cheese, add cheese to note. Oh, see, you're talking. Cheese, add cheese to note. So obviously if I were just actually being specific, so I'm going to try it again. Just to give you an idea how much I love the notes that I figured out once I figured out how to use them. If I go up to here, it tells you all the notes. So groceries, Christmas, blog, to do, how much did I spend? So that's a great one for if you're trying to stick to a budget. You can just push that microphone and add to your note what you spent just now. Again, blog to do, blog ideas, etc. So I love the note function. It's fantastic. Alright, so here's something I used all the time with my Android, and it really bugged me that I couldn't figure out how to do it on my iPhone. I figured it was an iPhone, it had to be able to do this. So, maps. Figuring out how to get somewhere without having to type in the address. Oops, I'm in Facebook, hold on. Alright, so you know, intuitively you know to go to Maps, which is right here, and you click on it. I don't want to, I'm gonna, oops, sorry, Maps. And then you clear the little box. And then if you tap in it, the keypad comes up. These are different addresses. Again, if you touch right here, the microphone is how you get to be able to make the voice entry for the address. Outback Steakhouse. Alright, so it took a while because my reception here is slow for Outback to actually come up. But if you click on Outback, that's the one I want. Yes, so then I click directions to here, and then route up at the top. And so it'll show you the route. But this is where I kept getting stuck. I didn't know how to make it talk to me as I was driving, turn right here, etc. But you press start.
Starting route to Outback Steakhouse.
And then it starts talking to you. So that was one of my biggest bugaboos, and it drove me crazy. But now I know how to do it, and so do you. So enjoy driving. Okay. A lot of this stuff is intuitive. You know, you can figure out how to get your email set up, or with the help of this book you can, and figure out how to use the touch keyboard to type. But then all of the fancy stuff is what this book is really great for me anyway. Such as when I would touch on a word to try and delete it or something, it would highlight like this, and I didn't know what to do with it. But now I understand that that's how you edit it, and I'll show you an example of that. Okay, so at the bottom of your iPhone you have your email button. I can get into this and I can delete them, etc. Or I can compose by touching that button. I can figure out who I want to send it to, and I can just say Fred is weird. Okay, but if I want to edit it, I can select, and then if cut, paste, copy, or I can bold it in italics, underline it, etc. So some of those things that you couldn't do on your phone before, you can do now, which I just love. So that's it. Alright, so I guess I've shown you some of my favorite tips and tricks. I apologize for the big whiny dog in the background. But ultimately, after reviewing this book, what I have come to decide is that I wish I had gotten the book so that it was available when I first got my phone, because while I've stumbled my way through figuring out how to set things up, it sure would have been a whole lot easier if I'd had this book. Plus, all of the cool things it's been able to teach me, all the tips and tricks and getting the settings right. All the pictures are really helpful, etc. So if you're getting an iPhone 5 or are getting an iPhone 5 for someone, then you might want to consider adding this to your wish list too. Hope everyone has a great Christmas and a New Year. Happy New Year, and I will talk to you soon.